Get analysis on all of this now with Sami Nader in Beirut, where he is the director of the Levant Institute for Strategic Affairs. Sami, good to have you on this news hour. As Mohammed was speaking there about those ongoing demonstrations and those demonstrators wanting to put pressure on the government to hold early elections, to bring back the hostages, how much impact do you think that actually has on Netanyahu's decision-making? Because these demonstrations have been going on for months now. It doesn't seem to have changed much in terms of the war on Gaza.
Definitely, the opposition up to now did not gather enough steam to call for an election through a vote at the parliament, because up to now, even the opposition, like the government or the parties running the countries, they are divided and deeply divided. But even this is the case among the opposition, who up to now did not manage to form a coalition with enough political clout inside the parliament in order to call for a new election. Definitely the pressure is mounting in the Israeli society. The Israeli society want the release of the hostages, and they do know that the hostages could not be released with the strategy that Netanyahu and the far-right ministers are conducting. Now the dissolving of the war cabinet, in fact, is giving more leverage to Netanyahu, who can now make the decision either by himself or maybe with a small circle before getting this decision to be approved by the security cabinet. And those persons could be like Mr. Deremer, who's close to him, in charge of the strategic affair, and the Minister of Defense, Gallant. This war cabinet played a role of check and balances, even if it was not effective, as Mr. Gantz said it before his resignation. However, it was seen by the international partner as a moderate forum that could play a kind of check and balances in the decision-making process. Now, with the dissolving of this, it's in fact that Netanyahu is keeping some distance or snubbing Ben-gvir and Smotrich. However, this is empowering, at least for the time being, his position at the helm of the Israeli decision-making process.
Sami, I want to look at these latest lines that we're hearing from Israel's army, saying that they have defeated half of Hamas's battalions in Rafah, where that offensive is ongoing, saying they've killed 550 Hamas members. What could this mean for the offensive in Rafah going forward? And could this also play into Benjamin Netanyahu saying that they're on their way to accomplishing their goals in Gaza?
I mean, in my personal view, even if this is true, this would not eliminate Hamas' threat and Hamas capability, because Hamas, before anything else, is an idea, is a spirit of resistance. And even if Hamas capabilities are destroyed, without a political solution, an end in mind, and the day after a schema that could pave the way for a political solution, I don't think there is a durable solution for this conflict. This is why the aim of the Israeli government to abolish Hamas or to destroy Hamas, and without any political solution in mind, this would be to kick off the can down the road and push the problem for the future, a problem that could be more dramatic in the future. And this is definitely the deadlock the current Israeli leadership is facing, because up to now they are refusing to talk about any political solution or to open any political horizon, and insisting on dealing with this problem with only military tools.
Sami, away from Gaza and the fighting there, Israel's also fighting on its northern front, increased attacks between Hezbollah and the Israeli army. You've got the US now calling for calm because, frankly, no one wants to see an escalation, because this could be, as some analysts have said, even worse than what we're seeing in Gaza if it's full on between Hezbollah and Israel. Do you expect to see an escalation considering what we've seen over the last week?
This is a very important question. Yes, unfortunately, I see that the situation is going it's taking an escalation path for at least two major reasons. From the Israeli side, at first, there is a change in the rules of engagement, and that were prevailing before October 7. And in fact, on the ground, the buffer zone that Israel wanted to establish in southern Lebanon is in fact now inside Israel. I mean, all the cities and of the Galilee, this region, northern Israel, is practically empty of its dwellers. Take, for instance, a city like Kiryat Shmona, who used to have 30,000 people living there. Now there are a few, like 3,000 remaining. And this is the case for all the people. And this defeats the very idea of Israel that promised its people security and sustainability. And the second reason that is driving the situation towards escalation is the decision of Iran and Hezbollah. Hezbollah has, when it started this war, he said this is a war of support to Hamas, and we are ready to stop it when there is a ceasefire. However, Iran rebuked the proposal of a ceasefire that was endorsed by the UN and by practically all the regional players in the region. And this is putting the situation in a very dangerous course. And once more, there is no, even at this, in this front, there is no political solution in the horizon. All the political or the diplomatic effort to try to solve this issue, whether by the American and the Mr. Hochstein today is in Tel Aviv, or the one that were led by the European, up to now did not succeed.
Okay, Sami Nader, always good to get your analysis live to us there from Beirut.